Hello children, today we are starting with a new chapter, chapter number 4, absorption by roots and rise of water up to xylem. Okay, this is your chapter number 4. Now, absorption by roots, how the roots are adapted to absorb water. Okay, and how this water moves inside the plant when it get enter. Clear? So this is the main topic of the chapter. Now before we start that how the roots are adapted and what happens to the water when it enters into the plant, or how does this water moves up, we will see the need of water by the plant. Why our plant need water? So this is our topic, need of water by the plant. The first need is transportation. Okay, and the meaning of transportation is movement of the particles from one place to other place. That is transportation. Anything that is transferred from one place to other place, then that is called as the transportation. Now, what is being get transported in the plants? And the answer is definitely the food particles, the minerals, the ions, chemicals. Clear? These things get transported in the plant from one place to other place. That is the water, the minerals, ions, they move from root to the tip of the plant. And the food which is prepared in the leaves, these food also travel from top to the bottom in all the direction. So it is clear that there is a transportation of mineral, food, chemicals. Okay. Now for the transportation, we need water because all the things in the plant is transported in its solution form. And if the things are transported in the solution form, then we need water for the transportation. Okay, so this is the first point, that is for the process of transportation, we need water. Why? Because all the materials move in liquid, that is in the solution form. And that's why we need transportation. The second reason for the need of water is transpiration. And what is the meaning of transpiration, children? Meaning of transpiration is loss of water by the aerial parts of the plant. Okay, that is called as the transpiration. Now what happens? Suppose if the plant has absorbed maximum amount of water. Clear? And if the water will not lost from the plant, then ultimately the plant will be in with an excess amount of water. And this may lead to the death of the plant. Clear? And that's why transpiration is important, so that the water level may remain balanced in the plant. So transpiration means loss of water by the aerial parts of the plant to maintain the level of the water in the plant. Whatever amount of water is required by the plant will use that water, and waste water will be lost by the process of transpiration. Okay. So what is the need of transpiration for these plants? To maintain the water balance in the body of the plant. And second, this transpiration also causes cooling effect. Okay, if the water will transpire, then environment will become cool and we will be able to live in such environment. So this is the need of the transpiration. Now what is the third need? And that is photosynthesis. You all know it very well that the plant prepare their own food with the help of water, carbon dioxide, minerals present in the soil, in the presence of sunlight inside the chlorophyll, and then they mix everything together and then they prepare the food. So this is called as the photosynthesis. So for the process of photosynthesis, water is required. Understood? So this is the third important reason. Let me write the point number 1, point number 2, and this is the point number 3. The point 4 is turgidity. Now see, the meaning of a turgidity. Suppose a plant cell is there. Okay, let me draw here. Suppose I am drawing a plant cell. I am just drawing a rough structure of the plant cell like this. And suppose this is a plant cell. Now, if the plant cell will absorb water. Understood? After absorbing water, the cell will swell up. Now, the size of the cell will increase. Okay? Cell will swell up. Now, the cell will reach to a maximum swelling in such a condition that now it has no capacity to take even a single drop of water. Then that condition is called as the turgidity. Clear? So, condition in a plant cell by which the cell swells up is known as the turgidity. And turgidity is also required by the plant. It is an important part of the plant, activity of the plant, because if the plant will swell up, then what happens? Opening and closing of the stomata will occur. Because of the turgidity, what happens? Opening and closing of stomata. Okay? As well as flowering occurs. Flowering occurs means the bud will develop into the flower. So, these are the important conditions that takes place at the time of turgidity. So, these are some important conditions that our plant need water. Okay. Now, along with the water, our plant need minerals also. We all know that the minerals are also important for the plant. Why the minerals are important? Because these minerals help in the synthesis of chemicals, help in the synthesis of enzymes, chlorophyll, and the different cell organelles. And that's why we all need minerals. Okay. Now, minerals are absorbed by the roots. Okay. How they are absorbed? In which form? In the form of ions and salts. Okay. In the form of ions. Minerals are absorbed in the form of ions and salts by the cell and its organelles. Okay. Now, what is the basic need of the mineral? The basic need of the mineral that it helps in synthesis of what? Enzymes. Okay. Chemicals. Okay. Chlorophyll. Hormones. For all these purposes, our plant needs mineral. And for now we have some important minerals and their need by the plant. See, What are the some important minerals? That is, number one is nitrogen. Nitrogen is required by the plant for the synthesis of protein. Understood? So number one mineral is nitrogen and it is required by the plant for the synthesis of protein. Next is magnesium and iron. These two are important for synthesis of chlorophyll. Clear? Next is potassium. Potassium is also a mineral. It is required by the plant and it is required for the constituent of protoplasm. It forms the protoplasm. In class 9th only you all have read about the protoplasm. Clear? Then next is phosphorus. Now this phosphorus helps in cell division. Important point to note down. We all will see that a cell divides to form the new cell and then only the size of the plant will grow. So this phosphorus helps in the cell division. Now after that, calcium, and after that we have sulfur. Okay. Now this calcium maintains permeability of cell membrane and sulfur forms amino acid. Clear? That is cysteine, constituent of amino acid and cysteine. Now see what I mean to say about the calcium. It helps to maintain permeability of the cell membrane, semi-permeability of the cell membrane. Now the meaning of semi-permeable is when our cell allows some important nutrient to come inside and it keeps the toxic substance away from the cell. Then that condition is called as the semi-permeability. Cells are semi-permeable. That is, they allow the useful nutrients to enter inside the cell, but they do not allow the toxic substance to enter. So this calcium maintains the semi-permeability of the cell membrane. Here I have to write semi-permeability of the cell membrane. Now we all know that, now erasing this nitrogen, if this is the cell membrane, okay, now this cell membrane will take the nutrient inside, and if this is the cell membrane, then it is composed of calcium, and this calcium will only allow the nutrient to enter inside and it will keep away the toxic substances. This is the function of the calcium. Now function of the sulfur is help in amino acids. Oh, let me write like this. Amino acid and cysteine. Now we all have read about the whole genetics. There we have seen amino acids. These things are responsible. Nucleic acid, nucleotides help in the formation of the DNA. Okay, and we all already know that these minerals help in the formation of nucleic acid, and that's why we need amino acid. And how these amino acids are formed? They are formed with the help of the sulfur. So we need this sulfur also. Okay, now this is all about the introduction of the topic, that is absorption of the by the root and rise up of the water till the xylem. Okay, now next topic will be root organ for absorption of water. How the roots are adapted to absorb the water. This we will do in the next video. Okay, till then you go through these topics once.